If you're serious about making money from your creative business, the next 15 to 20 minutes is going to change your life. Stick with me and let me show you how Studio Beast is going to revolutionize your business. Hi, I'm Kai. I'm the founder of Studio Beast, the world's most powerful business management tool for creatives. It has everything that you'll ever need to create a sustainable, successful business. It also helps you get into good business practices and helps build your knowledge along the way. I've been using it in my own business for the last 12 months and it's completely changed my approach to marketing and sales. It's eliminated 2 full-time roles worth of work and enabled those staff to go and work on more creative things that we can only do in-house. Let me rewind a bit. My main background is marketing, but I've worked as a photographer and owned creative businesses for the last 10 years. My studio Tackspace is one of the most unique and innovative photography and videography venues in the UK, working with some of the biggest names in the industry. For the past 3 years, we've struggled to find a booking, invoicing, calendar, and general business management tool that really fitted what we needed. Believe me, we tried everything. We tried all of the most commonly used platforms in the industry, all of the niche ones, and nothing that we found quite fit how we work. I think one of the main problems is that you don't necessarily know what features you need until you start using them, and then something clicks and it's like, oh yeah, I know I needed that, and I don't know how I ever lived without it. That was very much the case with us. You have the obvious stuff like booking, invoicing, allowing customers to book in automatically, but beyond that, it's really hard to know off the top of your head what you might need or what your business might need to be more successful. Everything changed when I started working as a marketing consultant. I was exposed to software across a massive variety of industries, and it really opened my eyes to what was possible and what creative industries were missing. That's when I made the decision to create our own software in-house, bringing everything that I'd seen in other industries and putting it all into one tool that could be applied to creative businesses. Honestly, once we got started with this, I don't know how we ever functioned as a business without it. One of the main problems that I think is quite prevalent across a lot of creative industries is that it's so hard to build up your skill set in whatever it is that you love doing, whether it be photography, videography, hair, makeup, whether you run a beauty salon, whether you do nails. It's so hard to learn to do that skill and learn to be a good business person at the same time. And it's created a divide in the industry where people who are better at business tend to succeed, as opposed to the people who are really gifted in whatever their passion is. Studio Beast helps offset that. It gives you all of the tools that you'll ever need to run your business and the training that goes with it. Now, I know many of the most popular tools in the creative industry thrive off simplicity, but personally, I want to see what other features are available, what are the things that could be included, and how they might benefit my business. Now, don't worry, I've got no intention of just overwhelming you with this huge platform and just leaving you to it. That's why I'm including a comprehensive bootcamp that helps you get started in this, holds your hand and teaches you every step of the way exactly how to do it, all in video form, step by step, click by click. I will teach you how to set this up. Not only that, I will include all of the tools and templates that you require that you can just drag and drop your own stuff into. Your own logo, your own pictures, that goes from emails, automations, everything that you'll need for your business. All tried and tested in my studio where it's been generating hundreds of thousands of pounds for me. Right, that's enough of me waffling on. Let me give you a walkthrough. Welcome to the dashboard. For me, this is one of the most vital parts of Studio Beast. It gives you a snapshot of how everything's going on, what money's coming in, what invoices are coming in, how many clients you've got in your pipelines, all sorts of different things like that. And for me, this is one of the main reasons why we built this software. Most of the other industry software that's available today will only show you the revenue that you've invoiced. This will show you the value of all of your upcoming leads, which for me is massively important because I want to know not just what I've invoiced, but also what's about to be invoiced. I want a snapshot of how everything's going to be going for the next few months so I can see exactly what work's coming in. Whatever workflow that you have, it will display it here and it will show you exactly how many people you've got in each one and the value of them, which is the most important thing. It also shows you tasks across the business. If you have multiple team members, you can see tasks allocated to each person individually or everything all together. Okay, let's move on to the next stage. So Conversations is a hub where you can control all inbound messages and inquiries. So it links to social media, it links to your emails, it links to texts. Everything is controlled all in one place. You can respond And each time somebody messages you, it automatically creates them as a contact that you can then reach out to. Moving on again, we've got calendars. Now this all plugs into Gmail as well. And this allows you to create multiple different calendars. You can have one set up for things like staff holidays, your own personal things, and that automatically then blocks off time that the customers then can't book in. If you want to, like other software, you can set it up so customers can book their own appointments automatically. You can set timescales throughout each day that you want to be available. We don't tend to do that at my own studio. We tend to talk to people before we book them in. This can all be automated if you want it to be. Next, let's go down to contacts. Now, contacts in here is incredible. Let's just search for myself. So, as you can see, it keeps track of every bit of contact you've ever had with that customer all in one place. So you can scroll through, you can see what emails have been sent out, you can see everything. You can see texts, you can see social interactions. You can also add your own fields into this depending on what business you have. So as you can see here, we've got what sort of shoot are you interested in. This is a custom field that I've built into my own website so that when people submit a contact form, they can choose from this drop down box and I automatically know how to respond to them. This is also incredibly helpful for any future marketing that I do. For example, if I know that they want to do a boudoir shoot, I can then send boudoir marketing to them. If I know that they want to do an experience day, I can send experience day marketing to them. Knowing how to segment your audiences and being able to send them different marketing depending on their demographic is one of the most important parts of business. Now at the bottom here, we have tags. Now I'm amazed at how many creative business management tools do not include this. So tags are incredible again for segmenting your audience and filtering down exactly who you want to send marketing campaigns to. Again, all of my tags are automated and I'll show you how to set all of those up in my bootcamp. Okay, now for the exciting part. So the opportunities tab is your workflow tab. Everybody works differently. You can set this up however you want. Because I have a team of people, all of whom have got different responsibilities, I've set up my workflow in a way that would be different from, say, a solo photographer or a solo person running a business. What I'll do is I'll quickly show you how I've set it up and then I'll show you the possibilities within it. So at the moment I've broken mine down. So this is for our sales team. We've got just interest and replied, leads and invoiced. And this is just a drag and drop. You can literally just drag them across. Now I've also got an editing pipeline. The editing pipeline was an absolute game changer. Let me explain why. All of this is automated. When people come for a shoot with us, they sign a safety waiver. Now, our studio is a little bit different from other people. Most of the studios probably won't need to have a safety waiver, but you can have things like a model release form or any other thing that you can get them to sign when they're there. Because we do a lot of studio hires, within this safety waiver is a drop-down box that asks them whether they're shooting with an external photographer or videographer or one of our in-house team. Now, if they select house photographer, when that waiver is submitted, they will automatically be pulled through into here, into waiting for samples. At that point, it also automatically creates a task for our editing team to filter through the photos, upload to the gallery, and to send out. Now, as soon as they've sent out, all they need to do, again, is just drag and drop. This initiates another automation, which will send out an email to the client to let them know. It then waits for a week, and if the client hasn't placed an order, it will send out a reminder. Again, this is perfect for when you're dealing with lots of people, especially for things like school photographers, or if you're a beauty salon, for example. Having the ability to trigger automations by just changing position in a workflow is incredible. It means that, for example, you can trigger things like appointment reminders or request for feedback. So let me move across our editing again. Once you move the customer across to order placed, this triggers another automation. If the editing team haven't got to that customer within 8 weeks, it then moves it to urgent. Again, you can set that to whatever time limit you want. Now let me quickly show you how I created these and how you can create your own for your business. So I'm going to call this one default workflow. And now let's say you're a wedding photographer. So what I'm going to do is, rather than splitting it into one workflow for leads and booking people in and another for editing, I'm going to do it all in one place. So let's call the first stage lead. I'm then going to add another stage. Now I'm going to imagine that this wedding photographer does things very personally, likes to meet with the couples to discuss their packages. So I'm going to say appointment is the next stage. Then after that will be invoiced, shoots, editing, aftercare, after sales. Now this is all going to make sense in a second. Save. That's all you need to do. Right, let's see what that looks like then. So now we have this all in one place where as soon as leads come in, they'll populate here and we can see exactly how many leads are in this. We can see exactly how many appointments we've booked. We can see how many people have been invoiced, shots, editing, and then aftercare and after sales. Again, this is one of the main reasons I wanted other people to have access to this software. This bit is one of the most important elements of your business and it's being missed by so many people. So you can automate, once you drop people into after sales, for example, I can set up an automation that's going to send them an email 3 months later. You know, how was your honeymoon? Do you want to book in a portrait shoot? And then I can put a sequence that's going to send them an email every 3 months, every month, every year to try and book them in for repeat custom. I can also trigger things like selling products for Valentine's Day, gifts, anything like that, all within this one point and all automatically. That's the main thing that I want to reiterate in this. Yes, it looks complicated to set up. I will teach you how, and once it's set up, this will work for you behind the scenes 24/7 constantly, and you don't have to worry about doing any of this. You don't have to worry about chasing up clients. This will work selling automatically for you, and it has been for my business, and I will show you exactly how. Now, the next section I'm going to move on to is the automation. So I'm going to come down here and click automations. Let me show you this. This changed my business. So this automation is what made me hundreds of thousands of pounds. Let me show you how it works. Now, everything starts with this landing page. I created this to inspire people and capture their imagination. So it's got all about our studio. It's got reviews. It's got examples of the images that have been shot at our studio, our previous clients, what their experience is going to be, the photographers, frequently asked questions, pricing, and then a contact form. So relatively simple. So the contact form triggers this automation. It then sends an internal notification to let my sales team know somebody has just joined our waiting list. It then creates them as a new opportunity within the workflow that I showed you earlier. It also adds a value to that. So the value that it automatically adds is the value of my lowest product. After that, it's going to send them a welcome email. This is a fully branded email with photos, videos, everything that they need to know in. It then waits 2 hours and it sends them an email from a member of my team that's much more personal. It just says, hello, thanks for joining the waiting list. Here is the packaging information. It also asks them if they've got dates for when they want to shoot. This is where it gets clever. I've set up a condition that checks for a reply. So if they reply to the email, it will create a task for one of our team to give them a call and get them booked in. If they don't reply to the email, it sends a follow-up email to remind them to see if they've got the message. Again, same thing happens. It checks to see if they've replied or not. If they haven't replied, it sends them another email. And this happens again, which means that from the moment somebody gets in touch with me, for 2 weeks, it will send them emails, reminders to make sure that they book in. And it means that my sales team are only spending time calling people who are definitely interested. And again, previously, we were going through and we were calling so many people and wasting so much time speaking to people who didn't necessarily want to book in at that point in time. This system allowed us to just focus on people who did. These automations revolutionized my business. I cannot describe the possibilities that you can do with this. It is almost limitless. Let me quickly run you through the actions that are possible within these automations. So you can create contacts, you can add tags, you can remove tags, you can enable or disable do not contact. This is really useful. For example, if people have unsubscribed from emails, you can add notes, you can add tasks, you can send them emails, you can send them voicemails, you can send them SMSs, you can automatically trigger phone calls, you can automatically trigger Messenger, Instagram DMs. There are so many things that you can do with this. So the other tools that are available within automations, you have if else, which is like what I showed you a second ago, which will split a workflow depending on a condition. So for example, where they've seen or opened an email, whether an invoice has been paid, anything like that, you can then use it to split the workflow. You can automatically add people to other workflows within this. You can book appointments, you can create opportunities, you can set up payments, you can send proposals and estimates, everything automated. Again, I want to reiterate, once this is set up, this is a one-time deal. You can set it up and then this will handle all of your business for you whilst you do the thing that you love doing. You can focus on that whilst this makes you money. Not only that, this will generate you more revenue than any other platform going. Next, let's move on to marketing. Now, for me, marketing is one of the most important aspects of any business. In this section, I can manage all of my social media accounts. I have Facebook, I have a Facebook group, I have Instagram, and I have TikTok all connected to this. And I can schedule posts into the future all through this tool, which means in a day, I can just put together everything in one place, schedule it all, and then I don't need to touch it for the next month. Same goes for emails. And you may be familiar with software like MailChimp. This can do everything that MailChimp can do. So if I click into templates and then new, it has a full drag and drop email builder that allows you to create beautiful looking emails to send to your clients. So the next section I want to show you is forms. Now, it doesn't matter what website platform you're using, whether it's WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, or any of the others, all of them will be able to integrate with these forms. And in my bootcamp, I will show you exactly how. One of the most important things we've got in here is being able to create custom fields. This allows you to populate your contacts with whatever data you want. Let me show you. If I click on add form, I'm going to start from scratch. So here's a default form. It includes first name, last name, email, phone. You can then add any of these other things into it, or we can create a custom field here. So there's already a few that we've already put in. So for example, we've got editing requests. We've got, are you signing the safety waiver as a parent or guardian? What sort of shoot are you looking for? But you can add anything you want. So whether you want to have a single line number, whether you want to add a monetary value, whether you want to allow them to select a date, upload a file, drop down boxes, and then you can select exactly what you want for each one of them. So you can give it a name, you can decide exactly where that information is going to be stored. Honestly, this is so powerful for managing your business and making sure that you can segment your contacts properly, which will help with your marketing. For those of you watching this thinking, no, I don't need any of that complicated stuff. Honestly, spending a little bit of time working out how to segment your audience is going to massively boost your revenue going forward. This also enables you to see what people are most interested in. For example, you could have a drop-down box with all of your products listed in, and then you can capture that data across all forms that people have submitted at a glance. This section allows me to track exactly how many contact forms are being submitted on a daily basis to my website. So you can see exactly in here when I've launched marketing campaigns, and each time I've launched a new campaign, you can see the impact that it's had. This is fantastic for trialing and testing new marketing, and this is unlike any other software available today. Nothing else on the market will show you exactly how many inquiries you've had on a day-to-day basis and break it down like this. For those more tech savvy amongst you, you might have also seen across the top of here, funnels, websites, WordPress, client portal. These are all things that you can customize. If you wanted to, you could build an entire website within this platform. Now, if you want to have a go at this amazing piece of software and see how it can help your business, Scroll down to the bottom of the page where you will see the pricing table. Now each one of these has the option for a 30-day completely free trial. If you go on that, that will include the bootcamp, that will include the templates. You can have a go at getting your business set up in this and see how you get on. See how the automations work for you, and if you don't like it, that's absolutely fair enough. But I promise you, it's worth your while to have a play with this. If you have any questions at all, simply drop me a message. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Or alternatively, you can schedule a Zoom call with me directly so I can walk you through this personally. So if you're ready to become a business beast, then I will see you in the bootcamps. Thank you.